I think 9mm is the widest the lens can go before it becomes fisheye, and the images captured by it would be distorted into a circular image. I think so anyway. 9mm, this wide field of view has got its uses and offers more freedom when you really need to capture as much as possible into the frame. This new lens from 7Artisans is just that, full frame ultra wide 9mm prime with minimum aperture of f5.6. In this video I'll talk about its performance, build, how much it costs, and in the end I'll give you my final thoughts and hopefully help you to decide if this lens is for you or not. This lens has been sent to me by 7Artisans for me to make this video about it, but I was not asked or paid to say anything specific about it, so this is my honest and totally unbiased opinion about this lens. This is a full frame, fully manual lens with no electronic contact with the camera, and it is available in Sony-E, L-mount, Nikon Z and Canon RF mounts. I personally love ultra wide angle lenses. I feel that they let me to capture the world in a different way to what naked eye can see, and allow me to be more creative with them. This is a second 9mm lens that I have ever used, the first one being one from Lightroom, but I can tell you straight away that this one is different. It's better. It delivers amazing quality images, very sharp and very punchy looking results, very easy to use as well because of that minimum aperture being only f5.6, and when shooting anything wide you don't really have to worry about the manual focusing. Set the lens to infinity or thereabout and shoot, can't go wrong. When getting close to your subject it is a little bit more challenging, as there is not much difference between what's sharp or not in the frame. It's hard to see, it's harder to nail that focus precisely, but because the field of view is so wide it is more forgiving if it is not 100% sharp anyway. In a nutshell, it must be one of the easiest manual lenses that you can shoot with, very easy to use. This wide angle comes with a set of challenges. Firstly, everything will seem far away from you and anything close to you will look huge. Even small empty spaces between you and whatever you are shooting, photographing will look massive. It's worth remembering that unless you have something of interest in the foreground, that empty huge space will be always redundant. Wide angle lenses in general are not only wide horizontally from left to right but also vertically. You always have to bear this in mind when composing and shooting with this lens. There's very little vignetting, but in my opinion images captured with it have more contrast or simply are darker in the corners and on the edges. This is quite common and very easy fixable in post. There's some crazy amount of chromatic aberration around the edges, but because it is so wide it's not as noticeable or less of a problem. Minimum aperture of f5.6 could be a huge deterring factor, and that chromatic aberration for a lot of people to make this lens work for astrophotography. Probably doable, but I don't think this lens is made for that. It is an ideal lens for landscape or architecture photography, perfect for real estate photography or video, but you have to bear in mind that it will make smaller rooms look much bigger than they really are. Not really a factual lens. It is a daytime lens unless you can always use the tripod or you use a camera with a very good high ISO performance. This lens is rectilinear, that means that there is a very little distortion or bulging. I have seen more distortion or bulging on wide angle premium lenses from Sony and Sigma than on images taken with this lens. Considering how wide it is, this is very impressive. Very important for those who want to photograph or film real estate or interiors with it. Overall, I'm very impressed with the quality of images it delivers. For sure, miles better than Lightroom, the only 9mm competition this has got right now. For video, common sense will tell you that it should be easily usable handheld, as this wide angle of view is much more forgiving to macro jitters. Well, it is, but all current mirrorless cameras will add that really weird jello wobble effect to the sides of your footage. Don't go crazy with it and it will be absolutely fine. Ideal for use on gimbals, it will add a lot of sense of motion to moving shots, but that ultra wide field of view makes it more suitable for filming moving forward motion than panning most of the time. built really well built, just like all 7Artisans lenses, all metal, built to last. Nice big and super smooth focus ring, smaller aperture ring with really nice and loud clicks. Small built-in hood, barely covering that bulbous front glass element. Very cool looking, but because of that, there is no way to attach traditional screw-on filters to this lens. There's also no real lens filter holder. If you really need to use filters, you will need to use some kind of larger filter system that attaches to the end of the hood. The mount is all metal and looking cool with that darker gunmetal color. It weighs 463 grams, not bad, but quite a bit for lens this small. It's not weather sealed at all. It's very simple. Price, it will retail for £459 here in UK or $479 in US. I can only say that it is great value for money if this is type of lens that you need, must have, and one that you are going to use regularly. Unfortunately, a lot of people buy lenses like this and after initial fiddle with it, never use them again. Don't do that. This is a lens that can deliver really impressive results and one that can be much more than one trick wide-angle pony if used right. Conclusion, I really like it. It is the best 9mm out there. Even though it is a fully manual lens, it is very easy to shoot with. It's a lens that delivers results good enough for professional work for sure, and certainly very good value for money if shooting wide angle is your thing. It looks good. It is a little bit heavy for a lens of this size, but it compensates for it with the quality of images it delivers. No way to attach standard filters to it might put a lot of people off it, but I don't think personally it is that big of a problem as there are alternatives available. You can capture with it so much more than with your standard 14 or 16mm wide angle lenses. It's an ultra wide angle that I think is above the rest, even though it is only fully manual lens. I recommend it. And this is it from me. I hope this video was in some way helpful or informative. If it was, please give me that thumbs up, follow me on Instagram and consider subscribing. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. I think 9mm is the widest the lens can go before it becomes fisheye, and images captured by it would be this. This new lens from 7Artisans is just that. That's how you up. It's worth remembering. It's worth remembering. It's worth remembering.